Welcome to my September 19th, 2024 Mystery Stamping Hour. And I put out the clues late last night. So if you're interested in doing the mystery stamp, the clues are, I did send them out in the email, and I think they're loaded up on my Mystery Stamping Facebook page. I had several people contact me that they were interested, so they maybe couldn't make it for the mystery hour, but they can do the stamping and the card making at their own convenience. So we will get started with today's card. And I always try to do fairly simple, and then where you can change them to with different layouts, like instead of portrait, landscape. If it's landscape, change it to portrait, so that you can get the most out of the card design. So I have my bits and pieces here, and it calls for a card base that's 11 by 4 1/4. And if you happen to do it 8.5 by 5.5, it's fine. I like every once in a while to have the top opening or the side opening cards. So I have that. And I'm using Blackberry Bliss, so I'm using Blackberry Bliss ink. Then the next thing is the layer to go behind my banner. And I've already have it cut as a banner. And it could be any size that you want it to be. I decided to do a smaller banner. You can do a larger banner. It's totally up to you. And so there is my piece for that. Then I have a piece of basic white that's for my sentiment and banner. And then I also have this piece of basic white that is 5 inches by 3.5 inches. That's for my inside. And then this designer series paper, it's hard to give it any love. I'm telling you what, it's pretty, but yet, I don't know. There's just something about it that it makes it hard for me to give this sheet of paper love. I would normally want to do this side, but I'm trying to use this. And so that is from that Simple Zinnia DSP. So that's what I'm using for my DSP. And then there was another page that has all the little flowers on it and little pieces of the leaves and stuff. So I've fussy cutted a couple of those out for my embellishments. So the DSP is 5.5 or 5 1/4 by 4, and it's on the landscape. So if you have directional, you do landscape. If you happen to do portrait, I'm going to show a portrait card here in just a moment. But anyway, so we will get started with all of this. So I took my 11-inch by 4 1/4, I folded it over, and I'm going to burnish my score line. Set that off to the side just a bit. I'm going to do my stamping so that it has a chance to dry, because when it's this dark ink and I'm getting it all over my fingers, for whatever reason, I don't think it dries as fast as some of the lighter ones, but I think because it's more pigmented. So I'm going to bring in the Thanks So Much, and that's out of that stamp set that is, the Simply Zinnia stamp set. I can't remember the name of it right off the top of my head, but you use what you have. Stamp that quite like that, and then let that kind of dry a little bit. So I'll set that up there. I do have all over my fingers already, but that's all right. So my card base and then my piece of DSP, I'm going to just add that. I call this a mystery stamping hour, but a lot of times it does not take an hour. Sometimes I'll do 2 or 3 cards and it might get close to an hour, but not generally. It's usually, I don't know, between 15 minutes maybe, but mystery 15 minutes isn't quite as catchy as a mystery hour. I'll layer that on there. I'm going to go ahead and open this up, and I'm going to layer this on the inside. And I make mine a little bit smaller than what most people do because you get 5 out of a piece of cardstock, and it makes it where I think it has more of a border, and then you also have less stamp or less writing for your sentiment. All right, so I'll set that over here for the moment, and then I want to add glue, or you can use tape runner, you can use glue dots, what have you. I'm going to add that right here, try to line it up. And if it goes off this end, it doesn't matter. And I stamped mine to the right a little bit because I am going to cover that end up. Of course, you probably already know that usually the flat edge will cover up. And then I don't think on my sample I did this, but I think I'm going to this time. I think I'm going to add some dimensionals to the back. I probably used too many dimensionals, but I don't want to take a chance on things sagging on my card, especially if you're putting it through the post and they smash everything as it's going through the machine. Sometimes they can't machine your stuff, but I don't know why they couldn't this one. So I'm going to put this kind of down here just a little bit, and I want to leave a little bit of a border here of the greenery from my DSP. And then I need to just start figuring out where I'm going to put my floral design. And because I have this part cut out, I need to make it where I'm going to cover that, but yet still let it show a little bit. So I think this is where I'm going to tack some glue right here. I know this is kind of backwards, but I don't want to guess where I'm going to put that again. Then we'll take my dimensional, take that cover off while it's still on my sheet. This is just a little trick sometimes that I do. It's hard to get the coverings off when they're on the sheet. So I'm going to peel that dimensional. And I'll tuck that up underneath that leaf. And I'll take this one, tuck it up underneath the flower, and press those down. That way it stays put. All right, so then I need to decide where I'm going to put this. So I know on this bottom section I need glue. The top section I'm going to do dimensionals. And now that I have that one down, it's easier then to do these others. I'm probably getting off camera on some of this. It's been about a week since I've done a video. I'm trying to bring it down quite like that and press. And then if you wanted to add another flower to the inside, then you've got these edge pieces. And I think I'm going to take this one because there's not any of the greenery. I don't want a lot in the inside of my card. I don't want a little bit. So I'm going to come in here. I think I'm just going to tack that down in that corner and give it a little bit of prettiness on the inside. Sometimes I add to the inside, sometimes I don't. but it's your preference on what you want to do. But this is a good way to use up those edge pieces. Just like that. And so that is our mystery card. And so I hope that you like this. Now we can also see if I've got some Wink Stella. I can add some here to the center. I can flick it on some of the petals. I don't think I want to cover the whole thing, so I'm doing the lighter petals. To the center. And you can add dimensionals. You can add embellishments and different things. And there you go. See, for whatever reason, that's big glob. But that'll be, when it finally dries, it'll be really pretty. I don't know if I can pull that out or not. There we go. I can always blot it with a paper towel or Kleenex or something, but so that's my card there. So the mystery there has been solved. Excuse me. And so this is one that I did as a portrait, and I used a different type of background. I used the same floral background, and then I just fussy cutted these out to make them kind of pop off. So it kind of looks like it's the background, and then these cover up the sentiment. And then I put this little bit of bow to kind of make a definition. I guess I just zigzagged it back and forth, give it a little definition that these are separate from the background. And then I put this little twine bow right there. And so that's, you know, and I could add Wink Stella also to that. But so this is a landscape, how I put it on the paper, and then I just on the clues, and then I just turned this to a portrait and did it a little bit different. And this banner is wider. I did not add a border, which I guess I probably should have, so it would pop out a little bit more, but I was just showing the different ways that you can use this design to make other types of cards. So these are pretty much the same design, just in different orientations and different sizes of banners. So I want to thank you for joining me for today's Mystery Hour. So stamp and create. So happy stamping. Bye-bye.